Great. Well, thank you everyone for joining. Again, my name is Amanda Schwab, and I lead district partnerships for Raise Me. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what we do and how it can help your students. But to start off, I'd love to speak to you all about the problem we identified, which I'm sure will resonate with all of you, and it's that billions of dollars are awarded in scholarships and grants every year. But similar to what Marla was saying, oftentimes that money is awarded far too late for it to have any meaningful impact on a student's college ambitions or application decisions, right? Scholarship dollars are awarded second semester senior year, which is after a student has decided where they'd like to attend college. And that's if they have done well enough to attend college throughout high school. So given that information, we started with a simple idea, and that was, well, what if we could award scholarship dollars earlier to students? What if we could award scholarship dollars as early as the 9th grade? And if we could do that, then we'd be able to help students in two really big ways. The first way is we could improve transparency for students. So we could show them much earlier in the process how much money they could be earning towards a series of different schools. And the second part is we could use those same scholarship dollars to help motivate students throughout high school to be more engaged and confident about pursuing their college ambitions in the first place. So that's what we've built with Raise Me. Students starting in the 9th grade can get what we call micro scholarships. And micro scholarships are small performance-based scholarships that students can earn for traditional measures of academic success, which I'll talk a little bit more about on the demo. But they can also earn for extracurricular pursuits, like participating in extracurriculars or volunteering in the community. And the way the model works is we partner directly with colleges and universities throughout the country. And each one of our college partners creates their own unique scholarship program that is centered around the things they'd like their future applicants to be focused on. So students are able to look at the school's scholarship program and they can see exactly what they need to be doing to be the best possible applicant for that institution. And so far, we've partnered with around 200 different colleges throughout the country, 28 of which are located in Pennsylvania. And I'll show you a list of those schools on the demo. But ultimately, a student can earn simultaneously towards all of our partner colleges, and then they can cash in on what they've earned towards one of our partner colleges if they apply, are accepted, and choose to attend that school. So I'm just going to walk you all through a demo of the student dashboard and the educator dashboard so you can see exactly how Raise Me works, and it will hopefully clear up some of the questions that you all have. So we come over here. I'm going to log into my student account. It's really easy for an educator to have students create an account on Raise Me. Really, all they need to do is put in their high school, their graduation year, whether their school is on quarters or semesters, and then we start asking them to add in their achievements because that's what gets students really excited as soon as they see they can earn scholarship dollars for everything they're doing throughout high school. So what we're going to start off on here is the scholarships page. So this page is just a menu of different opportunities that students can earn scholarship dollars for. So you can see here, students can earn scholarships for getting an A, getting a B, having perfect attendance for the year. A lot of our partner colleges award for this because it shows a lot of academic grit and rigor in students, and is a big indicator of persistence and retention. As we scroll down, students can earn for taking an AP or IB course as well as an honors or advanced course in dual enrollment. They can earn for participating in extracurriculars as well as playing a leadership role, and the same thing goes for sports. Students can earn for volunteering in the community. This is one I'm especially excited about. It's one of our newer micro scholarships. But this scholarship is for work experience. So students can earn scholarships for working outside of school to help support their family. So for a student that might not have time to participate in an extracurricular or do community service because they have to work to support their family, they'll now be able to earn scholarship dollars for that. Students can earn for receiving any honors or awards, like the Gold Award or National Honor Society. The platform customizes based on the characteristics input by the student. So right here you see the Gold Award, because this is a girl's account, but if it were a boy's account, you would see the Eagle Scout Award here. If we scroll down even further, you can see students can earn for taking any of the standardized tests. So that includes the AP exam, the PSAT, or the ACT plan. So we had a lot of schools roll out Raise Me when they were administering the PSAT, because it was a really good way to up attendance for the test, and also to show students that colleges care about how you do on the PSAT. So we also will have a lot of schools introducing Raise Me to students as they're giving back their PSAT scores, because they'll be able to add that to their Raise Me portfolio. But they can also earn for taking the SAT or ACT and then scoring especially well on those exams. And the last few scholarships you're seeing here are for researching our college partners and demonstrating interest. So as you know, the demonstrated interest piece is a huge part of the college application process. So it's really important that students know how important it is for them to engage with colleges early on. So students can earn for visiting one of our college partner campuses, attending a college fair where one of our partners is present, attending an off-campus event, as well as attending a summer program. Now, when I click on any of these, you can see all of the colleges that are offering money for that achievement. So if I click on Get an A, what ends up popping up here is all the different schools and how much they're awarding for if I were to get an A. So you can see every school awards a different amount for each achievement. So the money is not transferable amongst schools, but you can see what a school really values as important based on how much they're awarding for each of the achievements. And let's say I wanted to add that I had gotten an A to my portfolio. I would just press on this plus button here, and it's going to bring me to my portfolio page. And this page is a lot like an online transcript or a resume for students. So they can see all of their courses here, and you can see them as well, all their activities that they've participated in, any community service they've done, any work experience they had, test scores they've added in. We can even scroll all the way down to honors or awards and college events. Now if we scroll back up, and let's say I wanted to add an achievement in, I would click Add, and let's say I had taken honors calculus. I'll put in my teacher's name here. You can see I have this on semesters, but it can be changed to quarters or trimesters, whatever your school operates on. And let's say I got an A semester 1, A minus semester 2, final grade of an A. So I save the achievement. And as soon as I save the achievement, it's automatically compared to the rubrics of our partner colleges. So students are able to instantly see, for a school that they might be following and interested in, how much money they've earned towards that school for the particular achievement they've added in. And as you can imagine, this part of the platform can be really powerful for students and very motivating, especially for a freshman or a sophomore. So oftentimes, students don't realize that colleges value their grades as early as 9th or 10th grade. And when students see that they're being awarded by colleges, it gives them that instant positive reinforcement that what they're doing matters and is valued. And this can just be very, very powerful for a younger student, especially as you're trying to articulate to them the importance of doing well early on, or the importance of maintaining a higher GPA early on, which can be a challenge and is often a challenge in many of the districts we work with. So really, this is just reinforcing all of the counseling and guidance you're already giving to your students. For an older student, say a junior or a senior, Raise Me does work retroactively. So they can put in all of their achievements from freshman, sophomore, junior, up to where they are senior year of high school. And what can be really helpful about this is it helps to increase transparency for those students. So they can see across the board how much they've earned in scholarship dollars towards all of our different partners. And when they see this, it can really help to give them confidence to apply to schools they maybe hadn't considered previously, and also increase for better matching for students. So as you see here, you can see the colleges I'm following on the right-hand side. But if we go to the Colleges tab, and again, this is customized, so it shows schools based on geographic location. So it's customized based on the fact that I'm now in Pennsylvania. So it's showing me all of the schools closest to me and how much I've earned towards each of those schools. And as I scroll down, they'll get further and further away. And what I'm going to show you after this is the Educator Dashboard, where you all can log in and create accounts, and you'll be able to see all of the schools by region in there as well. And I'll show you that when we get there. But let's say, for example, I was really interested in attending Temple. So I click on Temple's college page. When I click on any of the schools that we're partnered with, you're able to see exactly how much you've earned towards that school and what that equates to as a yearly amount. So the scholarship dollars on Raise Me are distributed evenly over 4 years. And then you can also see exactly what they award for in their scholarship program. And this is where I often hear students tell me that they feel like they're getting insider information or secret information about what the college values as important. And of course, this is not secret information, but it's never been presented to students in this way. So students can look at the scholarship program and they can say, well, if I want to go to Temple, I can earn $120 for every AP or IB course I take. Or I can earn up to $840 for volunteering in the community. So students are able to see exactly what they need to be doing, a roadmap for what they need to be doing to be the best possible candidate for that school. Now I'll draw your attention to these eligibility requirements on the right-hand side. So you can see that there's a minimum GPA right here that the student needs to maintain in order to be eligible for their scholarship program. And this minimum GPA varies based on the rigor of the school we're partnered with. Temple's minimum GPA is a 3.0. If the student's GPA drops below that 3.0, they will lose all of their scholarship dollars. If they bring their GPA back up above that 3.0, they'll get all of their scholarship dollars right back. And this GPA minimum ranges between a 2.5 to even as high as a 3.8 or 3.9, depending on the rigor of the school. So for example, we're partnered with Carnegie Mellon. Carnegie Mellon's minimum GPA is on the high side. Now if we click on About Temple University, you can see all of the relevant information about the school that you might ask a student to find on, say, 5 or 6 different college websites. So you can see the tuition per year, in-state and out-of-state, the financial aid Temple gives per year. You can see the acceptance rate as well as the average GPA, the SAT and ACT scores you need to be accepted, the popular majors, the diversity index, as well as the first-year student retention and the 6-year graduation rate by ethnicity. Now, if we go back to the colleges page, you'll see there are a lot of different filters. So I could filter, for example, by schools that are close to me. I could filter by my earnings, so where have I earned the most. I could filter by average net price, tuition, acceptance rate, the Forbes ranking, and US News ranking. But I can also filter by location, type of school, and I can filter for any school throughout the country, regardless of whether or not we're partnered with that institution. So let's say I click out of offering micro scholarships here. It's going to show me schools throughout the country, regardless of whether or not we're partnered with them. So let's say I don't care about scholarships, but I just want to go to an out-of-state school. It has to be a public institution. I want it to be medium size. It has to have history as a major, and it has to be Division I. Let's say those are just my requirements. It will show me all of the schools that meet those requirements. And I, for example, could click on SUNY at Binghamton. And even though we're not partnered with this SUNY school, you can still see all of that relevant information about the college that you saw for our partner institutions. And a student can ultimately choose to follow this school, and that way, as soon as we do have a partnership with them, it will automatically update the student's account to show them all of the new scholarship dollars they've earned towards that institution. And that's also how we decide on schools to reach out to. So if we see several thousand students following a specific institution, we'll reach out to that college about partnering with us. Now, this is pretty much everything on the student side. What I'm going to log out of my student account right now, and I'm going to log into my educator account. And this is where your educator account is where you can connect with and monitor the progress of your students on RaiseMe. So this is where it can be very easy for you to introduce students to use RaiseMe. So the first way here is you can invite students to participate. Now, I'm sure many of you have your own system for messaging that you use within the school or your district, like something like Remind or Naviance, or if you just email students, that might be how you get messages out. So there's two ways to invite students to participate in RaiseMe. The first way is you can copy and paste this link into whatever messaging system you're already using. So you can copy and paste this into Naviance or Remind. And if students sign up through this link, they'll automatically be connected to you. So that can save you a lot of time. You could also type in or copy and paste a list of email addresses into this box here and send invitations to students that way. And of course, again, if they sign up through your email invitation, they will automatically be connected to you. And then here we have a lot of different resources that you can use. So we have a rollout guide. So we have a guide that says if you wanted to roll RaiseMe out to students in a core class or an advisory period or even during a presentation, here's exactly what you need and here's how you would do it. The classroom guide is a step-by-step guide for how a student would go about creating their own account on RaiseMe. We have a letter that you can send home to parents written in Spanish and English that explains exactly what RaiseMe is. So especially going into the holiday season, if your students are at home with their parents, it could be a great time to get them started on RaiseMe, especially if the parents are looking for something for their children to do. We have some lessons. This was something that many of our counselors requested we add, some lessons on financial literacy and college affordability. So this talks about the net price calculator and filling out the FAFSA and how that relates to your college search. And these are interactive lesson plans that you can use at your disposal to try and engage students in a fun way with topics that are often a little bit more dense and harder for students to tackle. And then, of course, we have some FAQs here that you can refer back to in case anyone asks you a question that you maybe don't know the answer to. And then finally, you can see here the total number of students on RaiseMe at your high school and what that collective scholarship earning looks like for all of your students. And this is something that many of the schools and districts were hoping to track year over year. Now, if we click on students, you can see a list of all of the students at your school who have RaiseMe accounts. And you, of course, can filter through those students. So you could filter your students by graduation year. You can filter them by specific academics, so their GPA or their SAT or ACT scores. You can filter your students by courses they're taking. You could even filter by a specific college they're following if you think there's a particular college that is especially popular amongst your students. You can filter by activities they're participating in. And then finally, you can filter by first gen or if they're free reduced lunch, and then also by gender. And you can save any of the groups that you create. And if you do save a group, it'll show up here on the left-hand side. And your saved groups will always be up to date because as you create or as students create more and more accounts on RaiseMe at your school, your saved groups will automatically update. So you see here I have a saved group for gender for all the males. As soon as more males create accounts, it will automatically update. Or I have a saved group for students that have a certain GPA threshold. For all students that create new accounts who have that GPA within the GPA threshold, it will automatically update. So you will never have to do the same search twice. Now if I click on Dan's account here, you can see exactly what he's entered into his portfolio. So you can see all of his courses, his extracurricular activities, his test scores, his community service, and any college interactions he's had. And then you can also see all of the colleges he's following and how much he's earned towards each of those institutions. And of course, for our educators, we have a verification process. So it's not that any person who creates an educator account can see this information for students. We have to first verify them as an educator. And once you're verified and we've background checked, you will be able to be connected to your students. Now the last few parts of this I wanted to show you are the micro scholarships page. So this shows you, similar to what you saw on the student side, all of the different things that students can earn scholarship dollars for. And then finally, you have access to that same college search you had on the student side. Now let's say we wanted to look at all of the colleges we're partnered with in Pennsylvania. I put in the filter for Pennsylvania, and now you can see all the different schools that we're partnered with. The biggest difference on this page, that is the difference from what you saw on the student side, is the submission deadline. So you all can see the deadline that seniors need to be following the school by in order to earn scholarships towards that institution. If a senior is not following the school by the submission deadline, then they will not be able to earn scholarships towards that institution. So it's really important that you pay attention to these submission deadlines and make your students aware so that they're not missing any of them. You can see that several of our schools here have a December 15th deadline. That's probably the next approaching deadline. So it's really important for your students who are interested in any of these schools that they're aware that this deadline is approaching. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you here is a little video that we made that you can show students in the class to get them really excited about creating their Raise Me accounts. So this can also make rolling out Raise Me in the classroom really easy and fun. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take out my headphones so you can all hear the audio for this, and I'm going to play the video for you.
Hey, what if I told you college could be easier to afford? Well, I've got some great news. Raise.me is a website that lets you earn micro scholarships from colleges all over the country for all the great work you've been doing inside and outside of school. You can earn micro scholarships for that good grade or any clubs or activities you're involved in. Tracy got $1,000 to 5 different colleges for her amazing work in drama. You into sports? Get scholarship dollars for that too. Basketball? Baseball? You score with both. Colleges love students who volunteer. I heard about a toy drive. You know I'm there. My friend Amber wasn't sure about college. Then she got on the Raise.me and found out that colleges were actually interested in the things that she was already doing in school. By the time I got to prom, I racked up $20,000 in scholarships. These micro scholarships add up fast. Robotics? Nice. Looking good, man. There's something for everyone. I found a school looking for someone just like me. Actually, we all did. And so can you. It's as easy as going to Raise.me, adding in all your achievements, and boom, watch your scholarship dollars pile up from colleges all across the country. What are you waiting for?
Okay, that's the whole video. We've gotten really good feedback from students and school counselors on it. It just gets the kids really excited when you show it to them for them to start the Raise Me account. So it's just another way to make it easier for you all if you're introducing this in the classroom to get students excited about it. But Hillary, that's everything I have for now. So I'd love to answer any questions anyone has, and of course you can feel free to email me directly. The best email to reach me on is amanda@raise.me.
Great, Amanda, thank you. I'm showing your email right now. Hopefully everybody's seeing back over to my screen. We did get a number of questions that came in, so I'll try and take these. We'll start with what's probably the easy answer, or easy question to answer. Can a student sign up on their own? In other words, if a teacher, their school isn't using it, can they sign up all on their own?
Oh, yes, definitely. So any student can create an account on Raise Me on their own. What we found is when we partner with schools and districts, it ends up benefiting the students a bit more because as they're introduced to it as a group, it really creates a culture around the program where they take it very seriously and it's very motivating. But certainly students can create accounts on their own, definitely, yes.
Awesome. Another question, is the amount earned guaranteed? And how does that impact other scholarship money or financial aid from the school?
That's a great question. So the amount that a student earns on Raise Me is the guaranteed minimum amount that a student could earn towards a school if they apply, are accepted, and choose to attend. The school can ultimately award the student a larger amount based on merit or need, and if they do award the student a larger amount, then that larger amount replaces what they've earned on Raise Me. And there are several places as students sign up that we make this very clear to them, but in no situation will the amount they've earned on Raise Me ever hurt a student. It can only help them, and they'll only earn potentially a larger scholarship if they've done better throughout high school.
Great. Another question sort of similar, is the micro scholarship real money or just criteria used by colleges toward a scholarship amount? But what you're talking about is real money, correct?
It's real, right, it's real money. So it's a way for colleges to be more transparent about the breakdown of their scholarships, right? So they're able to put smaller amounts towards each achievement in hopes that more students will be doing those things so that by the time they do apply to the school, they're eligible for an even larger scholarship for the student. But it is real money, although students essentially are banking this money throughout high school up until they apply, are accepted, and choose to attend that school. At that point, they can cash in on that amount, and the scholarships are awarded in the form of their financial award letter in the spring. So they'll acknowledge the Raise Me scholarships in that award letter.
I love it. I think, to me, it says a lot sort of about behavioral economics. If people can see it growing and they are seeing it, accrue, that it makes a huge difference for students to be able to envision college as being a possibility for them. One other question, can kids already in college use this site?
Unfortunately, they cannot. So right now, it's only open for current high school students who are in the 9th to 12th grade, although we get that question all the time, and we're hoping that will change. What I will say is students who are in high school who do maybe end up attending a community college or a two-year institution, who then transfer to a four-year institution, if the four-year institution is one of our Raise Me partners, they will honor the scholarship dollars the student earned towards that school for the remaining 2 years of the four-year institution.
That's fantastic. And just so you know, I texted my nephew during the presentation as soon as I saw that the deadline for Pitt is December 15th, because I was planning on bugging him in 2 weekends from now.
Yeah.
I just texted him. I said, come on, you're applying to Pitt and Carnegie Mellon. Have you gotten on Raise Me yet?
Right. Smart. That's good. Yes. We have, I'm so glad you did that. We have a few deadlines that are approaching, so it's really important, because if your nephew's following the school, then we will automatically submit for him. He just needs to be following the school.
Well, I will bother him again. They were just there last weekend visiting. So.
Perfect.
All right. Well, hey, thank you so much, Amanda. Appreciate you joining us and introducing everybody, or lots of folks on the line. I know Marla said that she already has her son signed up. He's a 9th grader.
Great.
She's been sharing it with schools that they have been out and visiting already. So I think it's really gaining in popularity, and I can't wait to have students across Pennsylvania benefit from it. So thanks so much.
Me either. Thank you, Hillary, for the opportunity, and thank you, everyone, for listening. And, of course, email me anytime.